Hello everyone, I am Sharpedo43 once again, bringing you all another Wi-Fi battle. My opponent for this battle is going to be Pateradactle or Pateradactle. I don't know which one he prefers, honestly. I'll just call him Pateradactle because I think that's how I've heard him say it before. But he is a PokéTuber on YouTube and he's a streamer on Twitch as well. And interestingly enough, my buddy Jodor was actually the one who introduced me to him personally at TwitchCon. So, and he told me and Pateradactle that one day maybe he and I should battle, and I was like, that sounds good. I'll think about a time when I can actually try to get a battle with him. And then one time he was actually streaming on Twitch. He was streaming Wi-Fi battles, and I was like, oh sure, I'll definitely battle him now. Now's the time for me to actually do this. And he was actually taking RU battle, so I was like, yeah, I'll do an RU battle. In fact, after losing the 6 foot hacks and Tickle Me Chat in the RU tier, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this team once again because I am confident that this team is not that bad, so I need to make it work somehow. So this is gonna be the team that I use, and I'm gonna be facing Pateradactle, who is a pretty funny streamer actually, in my opinion. He's kind of cool. I like him. It's pretty alright. But yeah, and he has a pretty cool Houndoom shirt, which is actually pretty clean because I like Houndoom. Houndoom's pretty awesome. But anyways, he's gonna lead off with Bonzong, and I'm gonna lead off with Effect Mode, which is my Heliolisk, my trusty Heliolisk. And I'm gonna go straight for the Volt Switch because looking at his team, he doesn't seem to have like much Volt Switch immunity, so I figured, yeah, let's just go for it. I'm free to go for Volt Switch. Now here, because he led with Bonzong, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want to get the Stealth Rocks up, which he does, and I'm gonna send in Staying Alive, and go for, I think, Hex. It's either that or Toxic Spikes, one of the two. And yeah, I think I go for that. He's gonna go for Toxic though, and I was like, ugh. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't have that, honestly, but most Bronzongs typically do, especially if they're of the Stealth Rocking variety. So I was like, oh great. What I wanted to do here was get Toxic Spikes up because his only way to get rid of them is by sending in Toxic Rogue. So I was like, okay, if I can get that Toxic Rogue in here and then get myself a positive matchup, I might be able to take that thing out. And then once I get my Toxic Spikes back up, they're gonna be here to stay. It's because, like I said, having Toxic Spikes on Cafarius is actually like very questionable considering how many poison types there are in RU. So here I'm gonna hard switch into Roserade because what I want to do here is actually put this thing to sleep via Sleep Powder, and then just hit it really hard with a Hidden Power Fire, and hopefully two-shot it. Here he goes for Psywave, which is a move I actually haven't seen in a while, and I still don't even know what the mechanics of this move is, honestly. So it's harder for me to tell if the amount of damage it does to Roserade is even based on HP or stats or something. I don't know, but it does over half on any switch-in. So, and it did over half to Roserade. Thankfully, it wasn't super effective, but it did over half, so it did quite an amount of damage. So this is like, I don't know. I do put this thing to sleep with Sleep Powder. Thankfully, I don't miss. He's gonna switch out now and go into Toke Croak, which is the Toxic Croak, and he's gonna get rid of the spikes, which is fine. I just go for the Hidden Power Ground. And here, I do quite an amount of damage. I don't take it out. Now here I actually stayed in and went for another Hidden Power, which was risky because he could have just gone for the Sucker Punch, which he didn't. So I was like, whew, thank goodness I just was able to take out this Toxic Croak. So now if I get my Toxic Spikes back up with Cafarius, they're going to be here to stay because now he doesn't have any other way to get rid of them. And now another Pokemon he's going to send in right here is Zip Slip, which is the Banette. Now my guess is because this is an RU tier battle, that's probably going to be the Mega. In fact, that's probably the only Mega he can use in RU. Oh no, though, there's also Mega Audino, but that's in it. Like, that's a bad one. Either way, he's gonna Mega Evolve. Yeah, it's Mega Banette, and I'm just gonna hard switch in the Honchkrow because I was anticipating the Shadow Sneak. Worst case scenario would have been that he'd gone for Knockoff, which is also another possible move on Mega Banette. So, but what I wanted to do here was actually go straight for the Brave Bird because he can't Will-O-Wisp me because that's affected by Prankster. So. And since Prankster was nerfed in this generation, I'm able to just simply go for the Brave Bird without worrying about the Will-O-Wisp. And he's gonna switch into Foxy here, and which is the Florges, and I do quite an amount of damage. But damn, even after Brave Bird being stabbed, coming from a 125 base attack Pokemon like Honchkrow, and the fact that it's Life Orbed, and this thing still survives, that's actually hella crazy right there. He's gonna go for Protect here, and I just definitely straight go for another Brave Bird because there's literally no reason for me not to go for it right now. I outspeed this Florges because I'm pretty confident this is definitely the defensive set. So I'm definitely gonna try to just go for Brave Birds until this Honchkrow goes down. Now here he's going to make an interesting play, and he's going to go back into Bronzong, which is actually really smart because this thing actually does take my Brave Bird very well. And now my Haunter is going to not only go down to because of the recoil, but also because of the Life Orb. Here I do quite an amount of damage. I don't die to recoil, but I will die to Life Orb, which was I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be the case, like I'd be able to take out the Florges, but he actually made the smart play and just switch into Bronzong, which can resist Brave Bird, and I just died to my own Life Orb basically. But now I'm gonna go into Healerless once again and just go straight for, I think, Thunderbolts here. I think I start going for Thunderbolts here, just because this thing is asleep and I want to just get some damage on this thing before it tries to recover in any way. Thankfully, I do get a lot of damage with this Thunderbolt, so it's a 2-hit KO. Here he's gonna go for Sideway, which once again does quite an amount. It always seems to be doing over half, which makes me wonder how on earth is the damage output for this move. Like how does it work basically? That's what I need to know. I don't really know the mechanics of Sidewave, but it's looking pretty dangerous so far. Here he's gonna switch out and go into Dominoes, predicting my my Thunderbolt, and I was like, seeing how much damage this does, it clearly tells me it's an offensive one, so I don't have to worry about it being super defensive or anything. I'm gonna just hard switch into Power Rate just to sack it, because I mean rocks are up and it can't take any more hits. Here he goes for Dart Pulse. I was like, whoa, why Dart Pulse? Because I actually can see this being used because of the Cofagrigus, but like why even run it in general is the question. But either way, well, maybe because of all the ghost types that are in the RU tier 2. But yeah, here I hard switch in the effect mode, and now here I was actually afraid he'd anticipate the Surf, but it seems like he didn't, so I was just able to simply take this thing out with one Surf and take out Domino's Pizza. And go back into Foxy, which, yeah, this thing I don't think I can take out, and I think what I have to do here is literally just hard switch into, what's it called, the Cecil Turtle, which is the Blastoise. And the reason why I do this is because I need to get the Toxic off on this thing, because I can't really do anything to this Florges right now. Like, the only thing I have is Meloetta, but I have to get the Relic Song off first, because my Meloetta is primarily a physical attacker, just because it's meant to be the Pyroid form of Meloetta. So, yeah, here he's gonna switch out the Foxy, not wanting to take a Toxic. I think he saw this coming, so I was like, ugh, this kind of sucks. Or not, I don't go for Toxic, I just Scald, because I kind of anticipated him thinking I'd go for Toxic, because why else would I send him a Fatmon like Blastoise on a Fatmon like Florges, only to Toxic? So therefore, yeah, I think I did predict. I thought I went for Toxic there. With the mindset that I have right now, I figured I'd probably maybe go for Toxic, but no, I actually was playing pretty good here and actually went for Scald on the Bronzong. It doesn't take it out, and I think I just go for a switch into my Cofagrigus. Now the reason why I did this was because I literally wanted to get rid of well, not get rid of, but I wanted to get the Toxic Spikes back up, and I had a feeling he'd go for Toxic on my Blastoise, which I don't want that to happen, because I don't want to get worn down by Toxic again with Blastoise, like I was in that last battle with Tickle Me Chat, except not really there, because I got knocked off and got one-shotted afterwards, so yeah, but still. Bottom line is that I kind of wanted to get the Toxic Spikes up. He went for Toxic, so I was like, that's good, because my Cofagrigus is already Toxic. He goes for Side Wave once again, doing over half damage, so it's like, man, this move is very, very powerful on a Fatmon or defensive mon like Bronzong, so I was like, damn. Here I get my one layer of Toxic Spikes up, and I think this is all I need, honestly, because the poison damage, the residual damage from regular poison is quite an amount, and it'll, I don't have to wait for it to rack from the very beginning, because if that were the case from Toxic, he would just be able to switch around as many times as it needs to. So I just definitely figured the fast residual damage is more important right now, so here he goes for another Side Wave, and surprisingly it doesn't take me out. I thought it would, honestly, looking at how much it did earlier. And here I'm able to retaliate with a Hex, which is actually really, really good for me, actually, because this pretty much puts it in range for my what's it called, Healerless to probably take it out. I think it was Healerless who I used to take it out. No, actually, I go into Meloetta. Now here what I'm gonna do is actually just go straight for the Relic Song, because I don't think he has a Psychic move, honestly, other than Psywave, and since it wasn't super effective on Roserade, I figured it's not gonna be super effective on Meloetta. So I figured let's just get this Relic Song off, and I do have knockoff for this Bronzong, so I should be able to do a lot of damage thanks to Meloetta Pyroid form's high attack stat. So But he's gonna go for the Toxic though. I thought he was actually gonna go for the Psywave again to do over half damage to me again. But he doesn't do that. Instead he is actually gonna do Toxic and put me on a timer basically. And I'm just gonna finish this thing off with a knockoff. I was kinda hoping he would actually like hit me with a Psywave just because now I'm on a timer basically. So now I just gotta hope that I don't get withered down to the point where I'm gonna need to switch out or something. But he's gonna send out Foxy now. I think here's where this turn was actually really critical for me because look, I need to get a flinch with this thing because I do have Zen Headbutt on this Harmonious Meloetta. And I needed to hope for a flinch because if I didn't flinch, this thing could have probably gone for Wish and get its HP back. And then I would have to literally rely on nothing but flinching. So I just needed that one flinch. This one flinch was obviously huge because if he had gotten the Wish up and then recovered, he could have just taken out my Meloetta with a Moonblast, and I didn't want that. So this Zen Headbutt flinch was actually really huge, and I needed to hit it again, which I do. And now I'm able to take out the Foxy Cute. So I'm still Toxic though, so that's kind of annoying. So literally what my Meloetta is gonna do now is just hit as many things as possible before it goes completely down. And one of the things he's gonna send out right now is this Catch a Booty. I thought he said Catch a Booty, but it's actually Catch a Body. He's gonna go for Aqua Jet, which was one of the things I wanted to see if he had on this thing. And it did, so this is actually good because now I literally can just go for Thunderbolts here with Heliolisk. Because my Heliolisk is dry skin and therefore is immune to the water moves. So here I want to just go for the Thunderbolt. He's gonna switch out though. And interestingly enough here, I think what I do instead is Volt Switch because I know this thing is not gonna die to one Thunderbolt, and I was afraid of the stab Shadow Sneak from this thing coming because that would do a lot of damage considering Mega Banette's very ridiculously high attack stat. I think it's like 165, which is really high, so I did not want to risk taking that. So what I do is go for Volt Switch and go into Blastoise obviously. And then here, I think I just go for Scalds. Yeah, I just wanted to go for Scald just to take get as much damage as possible. Maybe even take it out. Now here, he actually kind of interesting makes an interesting play basically. What I do here is actually go for, or he goes for Rain Dance. I'm a dumbass, but he goes for the Rain Dance with Mega Banette, which is something I wasn't expecting honestly. Who runs Rain Dance on Banette? What's the purpose for it? But then after taking out this Mega Banette, I figured, you know what, maybe it's so that he can actually take advantage of Kabutops, who does have Swift Swim. So I was like, okay. But if he doesn't go for a water move, which he can't right here, honestly, I don't think it makes much of a difference. Or maybe it does actually, because look, I'm gonna protect here just to get the additional poison damage from the Toxic Spikes. This is why I'm glad I got the Toxic Spikes though, because I kind of had a feeling that it would come down to this. And now this thing, I don't know what item it is. It could be Life Orb, it could be Choice Band. Actually, I saw Aqua Jet and it didn't have a Life Orb, so I'm gonna guess that it was actually Choice Banded. And he went for Stone Edge, but because my was defensive Blastoise, I was confident I could take one and then just retaliate with a Scald. So maybe I won this battle regardless. But I'll admit though that the Zen Headbutt flinch was really the real game changer, because I probably would have lost it had I not gotten that flinch, because then that thing would have just been able to wall me, because all I had left was the Blastoise and the Heliolisk, which none of those two can do anything to what's it called? Or if I am able to take out the Florges, then it would have been much harder to handle his Mega Bandit, because my team would probably have been weakened by then. So yeah. So either way, that was still a good game though. Close game, good game to Pateradactle. Because I mean, I was kind of like wondering would I be able to win with this team, and I actually did, but it was with RNG. So like in a way, I was not able to satisfy my desires of winning with this team successfully and in the most convincing way ever. So oh well. Either way, that was still a good game, and good game once again to Pateradactle, and thank you all for watching this battle. This is probably my second to last Wi-Fi battle for Pokemon Sun and Moon. This was going to be the last one, but then I looked at the amount of battles that I had and realized that I only had 49 battles, so I was like, you know what, let me cap it to 50. So what I'm gonna do right now is actually look for a person to battle right now, and just to get 50 battles and pretty much be done with these Wi-Fi battles with Sun and Moon. So yeah, but thank you all for watching this battle. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you guys want to. And I apologize if I started too much, but I'm kind of getting a little hasty right now and kind of losing train of thought at times. So yeah, catch you guys later.